Meghan caught planning divorce papers as Harry loses Frogmore Cottage residence. So, she married the rich prince for money. Well, this has big consequences, because without a UK residence, Harry is not eligible to be a counsellor of state. Nice and tidy, doing this prior to the coronation. Just letting Harry know exactly how things are before he decides to attend. I know nothing about how divorce proceedings go in the UK, but I do know a bit about how asset division is in the US, and could it be similar in the UK? I believe this is full on Sussex Spin, and it was Meghan's decision to get rid of Frogmore Cottage Lease, either so that they'd, or simply Harry would, have nowhere to stay come coronation time, or so that more assets could be freed up come divorce time. King Charles doesn't look petty. They live in California. Harry calls it home now. Keeping Frogmore staffed and open for a visit every few years is environmentally and financially, taxpayers, irresponsible. It's actually reasonable and a non-story TBH. They are too low in the royal hierarchy to have multiple major houses. Montecito counts because Charles has given them millions. The media would pick up on it because it's amusing that the clowns want a meeting and an apology, while they are literally homeless in the UK. But otherwise it makes perfect sense. I strongly suspect that Harry and Meghan's access to all royal residences has been severely curtailed. I highly doubt that he will have free access to any of his family's properties ever again. I also think that even if they had been allowed to renew the lease they wouldn't have because it's money they can't afford to waste. The lease is not being renewed because it is becoming less and less likely the duo will spend much time in the UK, and even less chance the kids will come too. Charles would probably rather pay them to stay in a hotel than have them literally inside the palace walls. The Harkles paid millions to update it. They had to reimburse the crown. Will they now be reimbursed as well? That may be the reason they left so easily. If they can get back some or all of their Reno money in exchange for allowing the lease breakage, then that would go a little ways to helping wet Meghan's gaping beak. Given that both William and Charles are now rich AF, it's not a big deal to buy out the Harkles. This will also remove an official residence for Harold. He will not have a permanent address in England anymore. This might make it a bit easier to alter the succession to exclude him and his kids. Parliament could generate a new Act of Settlement, demanding that any legitimate heir be resident within the various realms for some period of time, as well as realm citizens. This will definitely knock a shit ton of folks out of the line, but Parliament may do as a